Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakha Kwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to the apostles of GMS, which have taught us, and our elders, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakha Kwadash. Many people who will die in the nuclear destruction of World War III will be afraid of fire. Now, this lesson comes prior to a statement that was made by the apostles of GMS, namely Apostle Tahar and Apostle Gabar and Apostle Ariamlab. Okay? Because I remember, when they had did a video, they made a statement that, okay, so how the Lord knows everybody's fear, right? Many people who died in the World Trade Centers, either they were afraid of heights and they were afraid to jump, or they were afraid of the fire. So they had to make a choice. And those who were afraid of the fire died by the fire inside of the World Trade Centers. Those who were afraid of the heights were forced to jump out of the window and commit suicide. So, I was meditating, just now. That's why this lesson is called Quick Impromptu. I was meditating just now because I just realized that everyone that's going to die in a nuclear destruction, they're going to be afraid of fire, because there's a lot of people who are afraid to get burned. There's a lot of people who are afraid of fire. There's a lot of people who are afraid of bombs, who are afraid of explosions. So when that time comes, when the ultimate judgment, which is the nuclear destruction, right? When that time comes, everybody who's going to die by the nuclear destruction, they're going to be afraid of fire. So, that's why, like the scriptures say in the book of Revelation, I don't know if it's the 11th chapter, or it might be in the 12th chapter, but in the book of Revelation, when it goes into describing the intercontinental ballistic missiles, they describe them as the face of lions. Most commonly, a person's first impression when they see a lion is what? Terror suddenly falls upon them, because everybody knows a lion is a very dangerous and vicious creature, okay? And when a lion sees you, ain't no good coming your way, buddy, okay? Ain't no good coming your way. When a lion sees you, its first instinct is to kill and eat. So, those who are afraid of fire, explosions, those who are afraid of bombs, when they see those intercontinental ballistic missiles up in the air, their first impression is going to be to run. Some of them is going to be too scared to run. All they going to do is stand there and look and shit and piss in their pants. Some of them is just going to scream. Their hearts is going to be pounding extremely fast in their chest. Some of them is going to be running, because they're going to be so fucking terrified at what they're seeing. And they're going to see a lot of these missiles up in the air. They're going to see a lot of them. And that's going to be their judgment. Because the scriptures say what? If the wicked be multiplied, it is for the sword. Ultimately, we know the sword is the intercontinental ballistic missiles, which is really the sword of the Lord. Because like it tells you in Isaiah, the 34th chapter, my sword shall be bathed in heaven. And it's not just talking about one sword. It's talking about multiple swords. Okay? Because America is going to be hit with 200 million missiles. 200 million missiles. So in that day, when that time comes, everybody who's going to die in a nuclear destruction, they're going to be afraid of fire. And they're going to die by what they are most afraid of. See, the Most High is beautiful, man. The Most High knows what everybody's afraid of. Just like how back in the ancient world during the time of Noah, you know, the Most High knew everybody's fear back then too. Hey, the majority of the population was afraid of water, of drowning. Because when you drown in water, it's not a quick death, buddy. Okay? You're still alive. Your nose and your insides is burning. You know? Even after you lose consciousness, you still feel that extreme burn in your nose. And let me tell you something. It hurts like a motherfucker. It hurts worse than somebody getting their ankles sprinkled or twisted in half. So a lot of people back during the time of Noah who died by the flood, they died a terrible death, man. And you know what? They were afraid to drown. They were afraid of water. Well, I mean, you know what? I mean, I can't really say that. Because back then, remember, you know, they didn't believe in rain because it didn't rain back then. But the Most High knows what everybody fears in their subconscious and in their conscious mind. And let me tell you something, man. When they saw that flood coming, you better best believe everybody was banging on Noah's Ark because they was afraid of that water. But anyways, you know, hey, in the coming future, man, there's going to be a lot of people, the majority of the population, that's going to be afraid of fire. They're going to die by it. They're going to die by the nuclear fire. And it's going to be an excruciating, painful death. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 13, verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. How did the Most High overthrow ancient Sodom and Gomorrah? By fire and brimstone. The modern day fire and brimstone is going to come by the way of intercontinental ballistic missiles. This is the year 2020, the year of prophecy. Kwam Yasha Allah is on to the next one. Shalom.